say in Ma'ariv every night, we say, in the bracha of Amunah Kol Zois, Vayoytze es Ame Yisrael mitoicham lecherus olam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out from within them, means from the Mitzrayim, for a cherus olam, from everlasting freedom. What does it mean an everlasting freedom? This everlasting freedom didn't last very long. We came into Eretz Yisrael, we built the Beis Hamikdash. Yeah, we had a good few hundred years of complete freedom. Even during the first Beis Hamikdash already, we started having problems with this freedom that we had. And for sure, by the Churban of the Beis Hamikdash, only 1,000 years after Yetzias Mitzrayim, we were already thrown into the nations. We never really recovered from that Golus. We had the Golus Yavan, Golus Paras Umadai, Golus Yavan, Golus Edom, Golus Bavel, our Golus today, the Golus Edom, Golus Roimi. We're constantly being thrown back and forth from different Goliaths. And how can we say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim, L'cheres Olam? It was not an everlasting freedom at all. Gedal Yishon, Ar Gedaliyahu explains with a mashal. We know that the Gemara tells us that every child that's born, before the child is born, and the Malach comes and teaches him the entire Torah. The entire Torah, Ner Dalak Al Roisha, he sees from one end of the world to the other, and he learns the entire Torah until the Malach, right before he's born, slaps him on his face. How do we understand that? However, we understand what it means, and he forgets all his Torah. What's the point? What's the point of having the Torah in order that he should forget it, and then the whole life he has to relearn the Torah anyway? And Rav Shor says, because once a person learns Torah for the first time, even if he forgets it, but it's in his bones, it's in him. And when he learns the Torah, he's restoring that information and that Torah and the Kedusha of the mitzvahs and the Torah that he already had once upon a time. If you would never have the Torah ever, it would be almost impossible. It would be impossible to be able to take the Torah and bring it within us. But once we already had it, even though we forgot it, but we had it once, we were on that level of knowing Kol HaTorah Kula, and now it's possible to restore that and to reinsert that Torah and absorb the Torah within our beings and become that person that knows Kol HaTorah Kula like we were before we were born. The same thing, says Rav Gedaliah Shor, is going on with this Cheres Olam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim and he said, this is what freedom looks like. Freedom is with the Torah, with the Mishkan, afterwards in Eretz Yisrael, with the Beis Hamikdash. This is Cheres Olam. This is how you should be. The Maharal says that the Cheres that the Yidden experienced with Yetzias Mitzrayim was a kvius, and all the Goliaths was mikra, says the Maharal. It happens to be that we were thrown out temporarily. It's a temporary Golus. Every Golus that we had was a temporary Golus. It can be hundreds of years, but it's a temporary Golus. And when we come back, we're not coming to something new. We're going back to that Cherus Olam that we experienced the first time we left Mitzrayim. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu bench us all with this Yom Tov, upcoming Yom Tov of Pesach, that we should experience again the night of Pesach, Mechol Davadar. Of course, everybody has to see themselves if they left Mitzrayim. We should be Zeicha to experience the Yetzias Mitzrayim. We should be Zeicha to be able to taste that everlasting freedom that we tasted so many thousands of years ago. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu should bring back the ultimate Geula, where we won't only be able to taste it, we won't only be able to experience it and be able to remember it, but we'll be able to really live back in the time of the Cherus Olam. May it be b'meher v'yameinu. Wishing everybody good Shabbos and a Chag Pesach kosher v'sameach b'zeicha to Geula Shlema l'achol min hapsachim u'min hazvachim. Good Shabbos and a good Yom Tov. Please don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the video every week by subscribing. Put a like. Thank you very much. Good Shabbos.